Good evening, y'all, and guess what we're about to talk about? Well, mainly Rick, because he is the exalted ruler of Marvel comic books and DC comic books and all the comic books from way back in the day. He's a comic book connoisseur.
Oh.
Anything you want to know about comic books and these Marvel movies, DC movies, from past, present, and future, this is the man you talk to, because when I tell you he was knee deep in them, he know everything about them. That's why he was able to predict each movie that was coming out. He can tell you exactly what was going to happen in them, the characters, even though they, Hollywood threw some twists and curveballs in there, and some things were taken totally out of context, and and not everything, matched the comic books. Rick was dead on the money with it. Rick, talk to him.
We got y'all on Friday night with us, me and Curtis, and we're going to take you down memory lane, but we also going to bring you up to speed, futuristic style, about Marvel and the comic book world. There's a lot of things people don't understand about the comic books. Myself, like Kurt was saying, back in the day, it started with me, with a lot of our fans that are listening, when we were into the comic books, when comic books was only a nickel and 10 cents and you can stock up on them. I remember before the flood of 86, I think I rounded off around 3,640 comic books. So I was into comics heavy. A lot of the movies that are out now, the newer generation, the younger generation, they go for the action. A lot of the older people don't remember a lot of the things, but we go by action. The storyline from back in the day doesn't always relate to the movie that's on the screen now. Like, you got Fantastic Four, you got The Avengers, a lot of everybody's favorite, The Incredible Hulk, Thor, Silver Surfer, and the list goes on and on. But when you're in a movie, they don't have time to tell the stories of the actual characters, so they just put as much action in there in a 2-hour period that they can. Some of the storylines are actually right dead on, and some of them are not. And for a lot of people, that's what interpretates whether your movie is going to flop or if it's not going to flop. I remember when the Avengers came out, and me, Kurt, all of us, we went to see it, and it was awesome. The one scene that everybody remembers, and there's always one thing that catch your eye more than anything. What was it for you, Kurt? What was the one thing that caught your eye?
In which movie?
About the Avengers. The first Avengers.
The first one?
Yep.
How all of them got together. That was my main thing, how all these superheroes got together. Okay, if that don't take you back to your childhood, nothing will. Seeing all of them get together, because, first of all, you got Thor. Thor was, his character was pretty much almost like Superman.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He could have probably, in any other situation, probably beat that whole fight by himself.
Yep. That is true.
If his character stuck to the Thor that was in the comic book when we were kids, he could have handled that by himself, the entire fight.
Yes. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But all of them getting together, it shouldn't have been no problem.
And
even though they won, but you know what I'm saying.
They had to drag it out.
They had to drag it out, make it a real fight.
They had to drag it out
to make it more interesting. But that's what caught my eye, all of them together. And you already know my favorite is The Incredible Hulk.
Okay, which when he did what he did to Loki,
that was funny. That's the fun, man.
That part funny. Right there. When you talk to people about Avengers and you say, "What is your most memorable part in Avengers?" Oh, they'll tell you when Hulk grabbed Loki and slammed the hell out of him. That part made Avengers synonymous. That whole movie, that part is what everybody...
You'll never forget that
part. Never forget that part. But a lot of times, when these directors and these creators and these story writers go in, they change stuff. They change stuff because they know a lot of people don't read the comics or go into the story in depth, so they're in it for the action. When you think about the last Avengers, me personally, I did not like the last Avengers, and I walked away pissed off because of how they played the Incredible Hulk. They really,
They let everybody
oh my
down.
God.
Right? If anybody,
Oh,
especially
God.
our generation, with what we was expecting from him in this last Avengers movie, they you'd be looking for the Hulk to come out, man, and be what's that?
and get some
world breaker.
and
Hulk.
get some kind of redemption. And they dumped him
They
down.
dumbed him down. He didn't even do anything.
He didn't do nothing.
And that's one of the main characters that should have been in that fight, man.
But that's why the movie took a nosedive. And they
Right.
kept explaining, which they are still explaining, on YouTube, why they did the things that they did. Now, another key element that they added in there, they're trying to do more a feminism thing because they're bringing out the women characters now, and that's not bad. But when I look at, Wonder Woman and, the introduction of Captain Marvel, the movie came out 2 weeks or 2 months prior
Right.
to Avengers coming out. Now, they did that because they wanted to introduce Captain Marvel to let you know how bad she was and how powerful she was, and everybody would know who she was, so they didn't have time to go into the introduction when the movie came out. Sadly, she didn't do crap in that movie. She didn't do crap in that movie. Her 15 minutes, she got kicked around and punched by Thanos like it wasn't nothing. She did not do nothing.
Now let
So
me
she
let
took
me
a
let
licking
me
and keep on ticking, huh?
right.
She took a licking
like
and
most women do.
Now,
and
let me ask you this question. As far
That's
as
good.
the movie,
Got it.
let's say Captain Marvel, just the Captain Marvel movie versus the Captain Marvel comic book. Was Captain Marvel a man in the comic book?
no.
Okay.
No. See, there was a Captain Marvel that died. She was never Captain Marvel. She was Miss Marvel in the comics. When Captain Marvel died, she took on his persona.
Oh, so there was a Captain Marvel.
There was a Captain
and
Marvel.
And it was a guy
There was a
at
Captain
first,
Marvel.
but did he ever do anything in the comics?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
he was
okay.
awesome.
So there was a Captain Marvel, there was a man, but even in the comic book, it became a woman.
Yes.
Okay.
Just like when I tell you this is gonna blow a lot of people's mind. Thor, and this pissed me off, but I need you to check this for yourself. Do you know they're about to make Thor a woman?
Yes.
Thor,
Do that.
the god of thunder, is finna become a woman. What do you guys think about that?
I'm heartbroken.
I'm not.
I'm heartbroken.
Tracy,
I'll be right back, y'all.
Tracy says Tracy's happy, and it's the feminine thing, and that's good because there are a lot of female characters in there that's tough as heck.
Now, I'm gonna say this. Okay, I'm all for women superheroes, but I'm gonna ask a deep question. I'm gonna see what y'all's opinion is, and what do you think? First of all, women superheroes that started out in the comic books as women to begin with, and then bringing them to the big screen. Okay, I love that. What do you think about these men superheroes that are being replaced by women? Now check this out. I'm gonna go just a tad deeper. Why was Captain Marvel's character not started out on the big screen as a man, and it started out as a woman? Why is Thor being replaced by a woman? Why in almost every movie that you watch, when there is a woman
Get that from you.
in power, not talking about superheroes now, but a woman in power, she has power. Why do they depict the women in the movies as somebody who don't know how to handle never knows how to handle the power, and they got to destroy everything?
I don't think it's like that.
You know, she got to always destroy everything around. She can't just kill this person. No, she destroys and demolishes and tears up and down everything. Why is that?
I don't think.
Now, back up to the first question. Why are these here characters being replaced with women? Why do you think that?
Because we're more powerful. Duh.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let's give Tracy.
We got
Tracy.
something.
We got Tracy.
We got something. We got something going on, y'all. Here you go.
Whatever.
Here we go.
No, I just think that. No, I don't. No, I was gonna actually comment on what Rick was saying. No, what you Kurt saying when you said, why is it that women act like when they put women in movies, they act like they, can't handle power. I don't think it's necessarily that they can't handle power. I think what it is we give ultimatums. Either it's gonna be like this, or this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's just that we just go in there just ready to tear stuff up. I just think that you men a lot of times. Give a great example. What is that one movie me and you first seen with Will Smith in it? And she said, "Call me crazy."
You're talking about.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't even remember the name. How come everybody draw a mental block at the same time? Hancock. Yeah.
Okay, so to me that was an ultimatum. Because remember
Yeah,
she said,
yeah.
"I don't like to be called crazy."
Crazy.
He's like, "Cuckoo, crazy, 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 crazy."
Yep.
So all of a sudden she said, "Call me crazy." One more time. So
Yeah.
that's an ultimatum. It's not like we just go in there tearing up stuff. It's not like that. And it's like, I feel like a lot of times men will get kind of jealous that we are more powerful. So now, since you want to act like this, we're going to show you that we're more powerful. In every way, shape, form, and fashion. And then when you sitting up there holding your drawers,
Now let me say this. Now let me say this. First of all, these are men writing this stuff in these movies. First of all, these are men that's writing this stuff because these are just movies. If they writing this kind of stuff, what's on their mind? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are?
let's take it to this.
Hold on, just a second.
I'm about to eat this one.
Right.
Hold on, I'm not okay.
Right. Hold on, just a second. Now you got men writing this stuff.
Let's take it to real life.
I'm trying to figure out. No. We talking about the movies. Hold on.
Let's take it to real life.
Okay.
Okay, so
Gotta take it to real life.
Yeah, okay, because this is the killing part. You said, okay, this is our movie, so now I'm about to eat it. Now I'm about to eat it up. Just like when men are working on a job, right? What's the first thing y'all do? You could have a woman foreman, and she say, "Listen, Rick, you've been late 3 days now. Tomorrow I don't need you to be late. If you be late, I'm gonna write you up." What's the first thing you gonna do? Because that's a woman. Oh, Ricky's gonna be late. So it's the either or thing. Like, oh, you ain't listening, huh? Okay, right up. See what I'm saying?
Well, in those,
y'all make us have to go there on y'all.
Uh-oh.
We didn't want it to be like this. That's just like when a man. Hold on, I'm not done. That's just like when a man cheat on a woman, and she tell you in the beginning, "Listen, don't cheat on me, okay? Because I don't want you to see the new person. I don't want this. I don't want to come out of myself now."
Uh-oh.
And then you cheat anyway. Okay, so now that's the either or. Now I got to tear the whole house up. Now you got to be walking around here with your nipples showing because I done pulled up all your clothes. So it's the either or thing. If
Don't swing the camera around whatever you do. Because I'm trying not to laugh. Trying to keep a straight face.
if y'all would just leave us alone,
Okay, now.
we would not have to tear things up.
Okay, now. This is why I'd be glad you get on here because you take
That's just like with hurricanes. I'm
you
not
take
done.
you takes the whole
They
thing
always
into a
say
different
hurricane is
direction.
like a woman, right?
Right.
But I don't think we would have hurricanes if people, which I've heard this, but I'm not really sure, would leave well enough alone. See, that's how women work. That's how we work. We don't want to come out of ourselves. We don't. We come in there. We just want to be focused. We want to do what you men got to test the waters.
Okay.
Now when we hit upside the head with a broomstick, now we wrong.
Okay, now let me reel this back in now. We're not talking about men and women fighting. We're talking about just the comic book, the movies, what's in the...
Exactly.
Listen for a second. What's in the movies,
Okay.
Why?
Exactly.
Hold on, let me finish.
I'm about ready.
Why do they feel like a woman need to be... A male superhero needs to be replaced by a woman superhero.
You apparently wasn't doing your job.
Swear, they're killing them off. They were doing. Listen. Hold on. It ain't got nothing. Did you even watch them? You apparently didn't watch the movies that we're talking about.
Let me tell you something.
It has nothing to do with whether the man was doing the job.
You guys suck. So therefore, a woman got to come in and eat it alive.
Swear.
That's just like that time we was getting that bird from that remember the time we was getting that bird from the airport?
Right.
And what was the first thing I did? I sent you in there to pay for the stuff, pay for the bird, pay for the flight, and things wasn't getting handled.
Uh-huh.
So no, I got to step up.
Uh-huh.
Not only did I get the bird paid for, the guy put it on his credit card.
But see, it's a good thing you came in there and you had one of your what you call them? What old people call them? Hissy fits? A hissy fit.
But that's still something
Tracy went in there, bruh. I said, I'm taking her everywhere I go now. When I want to get some free stuff, I'm taking Tracy everywhere I go, because if she go in and do what she did at that airport, bruh, you come out of there with free tickets. You might come out of there with free tickets anywhere in the country, man. So I said I'm taking her everywhere I go so she can do what she did that day. And she ended up, the man said, just to get them out of here, I'm gonna use my own personal credit card. I said, yes. Tracy went in there, man, and put on a show in front of the whole airport and got results. I said, I'm taking her everywhere I go. Now, listen to what I was going to say. Now, we're not talking about when men and women in real life get into it, because that doesn't even.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Back to my point.
That doesn't.
No. Wait, don't do that. Let me just get back to my point.
Okay.
Okay, so no, let's just talk about the movie now. Okay, you saying that? Okay, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying this. It's still like an either or thing. Okay, in the comic books, women are like, listen, hand it over. So that's the either or, and then it's like no. So then we say it again. Hand whatever it is that we need over, and then it's like no. So what? That's the either or thing. Now I got to tear it up. Now I got to tear it up. Now I didn't want to do this, man. I got to tear your whole life up. I got to tear it up now. Now you ain't got no plan or nothing. That's just how women are. We get down like that. We not finna take. We not finna just be begging. Now come on now, please. Come on, stop now. Come on now. Didn't I tell you? Especially if she black, she ain't finna do that. She about to tear it up.
But let me say this. What about when the scenario is nothing like what you just said, and she still does these things just because she's supposed? Hold on. Just because she can.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what that is. See, because I do the same thing. That's that. Don't forget who I am.
No, that's a power hungry. No, what they call them, warmongers.
That's that. No.
That's a power
that's that. Don't
driven.
Forget who I am.
Overly.
See, every now and
what they
again,
call it? Overly. I can't remember what the word I'm looking for is, but that is a power hungry warmonger. That's what that is. A person that actually does not know how to handle power.
It's not that. Sometimes
that's
is how
exactly what it is.
Because this is how I think a lot of times. Things could be going 100% smooth. But you brothers getting a little testy.
But see, you keep bringing it back to that. That's not what we're talking about.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
We're not talking about.
So this is what I'm saying to you.
What men and women fight over and fight about. We're talking about.
Even in the comments.
We're talking about women. We're talking about women who get that kind of power and destroy everything. And they don't just destroy the men. They destroy the men.
Well, if you'd have handed that over,
the women. Listen, they destroy the men, the women, the children, the boats, the houses, the cars, the ants, the roaches,
They all gotta go.
the bugs. They destroy everything
See, here's the thing.
just because they can.
Okay, that's just like this. Just like this. When a woman whoops her child, Rick, what is the first thing? If she got more than one child, what's the first thing she gonna do to that child? She gonna do what to all the other ones?
She gonna chastise.
No, she gonna bring them all in.
Okay.
So they can all watch through them and say, hey, listen, you see what that little joker got?
Okay.
Don't mess up.
See,
That's what she's saying. So when we're coming to destroy something, it's just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's just what we do. If you make it out, okay, don't never test me again like that.
Okay, now let me ask you a question.
Wait, now you're not letting me get to my point. The first point I had.
Hurry up, because I got a
You
question.
made me forget.
Ask them.
Whatever. You're not letting me get to my point. That starts like this. Now, women, because this is what I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm guilty of this.
Mm-hmm.
Things could be going just smooth. But we don't want you to forget who we are and the power that we do have. So every now and again, we like to shake it up just a little bit. So you know that this piece that you have can be so easily interrupted. Like this. Ain't that what he did on the comic books?
all right.
Ain't that what he did on the comic books? Didn't he take his finger and go,
Yep.
yeah, that's women. That's women.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. I'm going to twist this for you a little bit. Here's the curveball. You feel strongly about what you're saying, don't you?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yes or no?
I feel decently. I feel okay.
You feel strongly about what you're saying, don't you? What if there was a woman in charge of your demise? Are you okay with dying just
No,
because...
I'm not
listen.
okay.
Are you okay with dying just at random just because she felt like doing what you just said?
Okay, Curtis.
Hell no.
You're going too far. And then another thing is, if I knew that woman personally, here's the thing. You know you got a good battle when it's two women. Oh, it's going to be to the death. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So if I must die, hey, we all know what's got to happen to her. That's just how women are. Y'all
Okay,
must
but
forget
you
it.
ain't-
And here's the thing.
You ain't
Men
sticking to
could
my...
Men could not exist if it wasn't. You know how boring this world would be, Rick?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how boring it would be if you came in the house and it was always like, "Hi, sweetheart. You want some head?" It would be boring. It would be too routine.
But it'll be peaceful.
No, but when y'all left up to too much peace, y'all get into too much. You got too much peace, it's too much. Y'all
No.
start getting into trouble.
Unfortunately, that's more of a woman than a man because women are sneakier than men by far.
Well, I get
Which
that.
means y'all got more stuff on y'all mind than we do by far. We learned our sneakiness from y'all.
Well, the point is, like I said,
Boring is far more peaceful.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's-
Yes, it is. Boring
me
is
tell you
peaceful.
Let me tell you
Boring is
something.
peaceful.
Y'all wouldn't even be able to even know how to tie your shoes right if it wasn't for a woman. You wouldn't know how to get the crumbs out your booty right if it wasn't for a woman.
The
I'm just
what?
being honest.
The wait a minute.
The crumbs out of your behind.
Who
You
is
wouldn't
walking
know how to-
around with crumbs in their butt? Oh my God.
I'm just being honest.
Look, I think okay.
I
What I mean by that is when you was a
I don't
little
have
kid,
any in mind, y'all.
when you was a, when anybody, okay, I'm gonna put it like this. What's the first thing your mama said if she washed them drawers and then all of a sudden,
Okay, let's get back to the. We done derailed here. Let's get back to the subject. Women in these movies, they switching the roles. Now,
go get my phone.
you like the fact that they switching the role. They putting a woman in place of Thor, and they putting a woman in place of Captain Marvel is a woman. Now, it goes with the comic book actually, Captain Marvel, but Thor. You okay with that?
Honey, if it was up to me, Thor's daddy would have been a woman.
Holy sh!
Tuh.
Oh my goodness!
Please, honey.
you
When that Joker said, when he said that thing, he said, "Frost giants." Don't that sound like? Be honest. Don't that sound like a woman?
No, that
Yes,
don't
it
sound
does.
like
It does sound like a woman.
that sounds like a person in power. Period. Whether it's a man or a woman. But did you see how it was handled?
Do you
If a
remember
woman
the part-
handled that, she would have killed the Frost Giants, Thor, Loki.
Well, you saw. Well, you know when you
First off, if a woman would have handled it, she'd have been down there telling bitch,
when,
Hey, yo,
when you look at the major roles and the way everything is being turned now, and like Tracy said, relating to real life, their comic books have been around for generations on generations in since before we were born. But the balance of power was everything used to be based around, like, Fantastic Four, Sue Richards. You got your Wonder Woman characters. There was not a whole bunch of women characters in the forefront. But since now, in this time, you're looking at all the movies are based on male characters, and the women like, wait a minute, hold on. What about us? There's a lot of heroines that are just as powerful as the men, which is true. But now that they've become more diversified, you got women in power having their own shows. Just like, with Avengers, the Wakanda scene. Remember when they had the girls go up against
why you think
Thanos?
they looked alike? So why you think they looked so good in Wakanda? Baby, them black women was doing that thing, honey, with them bald heads.
They're
with them bald heads, them girls was rocking that thing. I ain't lying to you.
There's a lot of powerful female heroines, and now they're stepping onto the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're stepping onto the forefront. But like I said, some of these characters and a lot of these writers do not know how to write a lot of these women in here. When I found out that Thor would eventually become a heroine, it blew my mind. Also, as you can see, guess who else is finna step up? Pepper Potts. She's about to wear the Iron Man suit.
Well, hey, here's the thing.
She's about to wear the Iron Man suit.
Here's the thing. Get it done.
I mean,
Larry, I'm trying to invite you.
There's a lot of powerful women in there, because when you look at one of the most powerful heroines in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the Phoenix, and she destroyed everything. Phoenix is pretty much invincible. Right. But when you go back and read some of their stories, and I suggest, a lot of you guys, when you get time, just go on and go to YouTube and pull up your favorite character and find out the back history of them. A lot of these jokers are so strong, they can't even write them in the movies, really.
Larry, I can't send you an invite.
Did you know that Doctor Strange was one of the most powerful beings, period?
Yeah, I can see that.
They dumbed him down. He wasn't
that bad.
What I'm wondering is, why do they dumb the male superheroes down and beef the female superheroes up? Because that's the way it should be. Hold on. Beef them up more than what they were in the comic books. But they make the men less. And this ain't just with comic books. This is with a lot of stuff in movies. You watch movies, especially with thrillers or horror movies, where a man and a woman, man and his wife or whatever, they fighting against the enemy or a monster or whatever. The man always get jacked up.
Yeah, because what it is.
And then in comedy movies, they always make the man seem real stupid all the time.
But see, here's the thing with the thriller movies. Here's the thing, and this is a woman trait. After a while, Rick, we'll be like, I'm scared. But baby, we ain't gonna be too many scares. We gonna come out eventually.
Well, that's how men do
too. But that man
ain't
gonna stay in the closet.
But see, that's how men do too. But they not. Listen though, think about it. That's how men do too. They don't write it in there like that though. Why are they not writing this stuff
in there
like it naturally would happen? Now, you got some women that will do that in some situations, but in any situation, no. Any woman will. A man, even when he's scared, when he loves his woman, and he trying to actually protect her, he gonna boss up no matter what. A real man. He gonna boss up no matter what, and that's natural nature. But they don't write that like that in movies.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They would not write that like that in movies, and they're making all these movies where the man is always the one who come out on the losing end. And don't let him be black. You already know what's gonna happen to him. He gonna get homicided from the beginning.
I'm trying
He already dead. That's he's not living. He's not gonna survive.
I'm trying to remember the movie. I think it was it was one of the Alien movies where they did some of the craziest stuff that I ever saw. When I tell you the movie, Kurt, you gonna realize it. And this is not knocking none of the women down or nothing, but it was one of the Alien movies, and I think it was Requiem. Anybody on here that know what I'm talking about, correct me if it's not Requiem, but anyway, they were in this maze. They were in a maze, and it was the Predator versus Aliens movie. Well, all right, anyway, they went to the Antarctic. They found the stuff, and they found where the battle chamber was where they were fighting. Anyway, at the end, the woman, this is what she did. She held back the mother alien on the chain while she was in ice.
Right.
You remember that?
Yep.
She held the chain by herself, held the mother alien while the Predator fought it. But she held the mother alien back on ice. A woman, not a man. Held this thing back while they fought. The Predator ended up getting killed. We saw this coming. But she was the one that survived, and the Predator gave her a mark on her head.
Right, Annihilation.
Yes, that was the movie.
Annihilation.
There's no way she could have held that chain with that mother alien on there, and she didn't have no kind of super strength or nothing.
Right.
When the Predator couldn't do it.
Well, it makes for good entertainment, but that's not.
Yeah, I mean, So it's a lot going on, and you see the shift. But if you get online and go back to the comic books, that's why you see a lot of people now, they'll write bad reviews on a movie, just like Terminator. The new Terminator, they didn't tore that up. They tore it up because a lot of the old school people are the ones that's reading the dialogue from the beginning. There's never a movie that's going to be good as the book, because the book is your guide.
And then it's the first initial thing that entertains you on that particular thing or whatever, that particular story. If you take it and flip it around and make the book just like the movie, or either see the movie first and then read the book, you're gonna like the movie better, because that's the first thing that grabs your attention. But back to these here characters in these movies. Now, me personally, I like to see women superheroes. They bad. I like them. Love them. Love to see them. What I don't like to see is the men superheroes being replaced by the women. Okay, that's going so far off of how the comic books were until it started to get to a point where it's not entertaining anymore. As a child, this stuff is etched in your brain forever, and you remember this in a certain way where you don't want to see that changed. It's just like when they was putting that little thing on Facebook about Michael B. Jordan being the new Superman. Okay, you're going to get people all over the place, especially black people. They're going to be like, oh yeah, black man be a superhero. Being a superhero.
Well, he look like a superhero.
He can go in there and he don't even have to actually save anybody, but they're going to be so happy because he's black and he's Superman until they're going to forget the whole purpose. Forget his whole purpose, because they're going to be like, woohoo, he a black Superman, yeah, girl. And then that's probably all they have to see and turn around and leave the movie theater. Don't even have to see him do anything. But that's going to be so far off until it's not going to, I won't even waste my money to see it. And he might do an outstanding job in the movie, but I'm not going to see it. Not because I'm racist or anything, but at the same time, that's not how it was, And that's just me. You might have, It might do well in the theaters if they actually do it. It might do great. Who knows? They won't get my money for it. I'll wait till it come on the Fire Stick.
All right, y'all. While Kurt is giving that to you, I'm trying to pull up something so I can show you. And if I can pull it up,
Because you got some, the women superheroes, man, they bad. I mean, I love them. I just want them to stay with because I definitely don't want to see no men taking on the woman role. Would y'all be okay with that? If the man superhero start being a woman superhero?
No, I wouldn't like that.
That would be kind of messed up, wouldn't it? But the women need to be the women superheroes. Be your own superhero.
all right,
And
y'all.
not every woman needs to be tan up every damn thing.
This is I'm gonna show you some, and I don't know if I ever showed Kurt this. I'm finna put you all up on point. I'm gonna show you who the real Captain Marvel was, and then you'll understand where I'm coming from. This was the real Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
This was the real Captain Marvel, as you see. You see how old that comic book is?
Man, yep.
It's back in the day. This was
Way
the
back in the day. I remember
old Captain Marvel. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is the old Captain Marvel before he died. He wasn't a woman. That was, I think that was his sister or family member, but they were from Kree. But this is what the real Captain Marvel looked at like before he died. So she took over his persona after he died. And this is how the comics wrote her, the new writers wrote her. And the outfit that she had on, she didn't have this outfit. They gave her a black outfit with the lightning bolt.
Now I'm gonna just for a quick moment, I'm gonna take this live into a slight nosedive with what I'm about to say. Okay. Now after I do that, Rick is gonna take y'all into the future about some stuff you haven't seen yet, because he uses and this is all from his memory. He lost all his comic books, but this is all from his memory. He's gonna take you into the future, what to expect with some of these movies that's coming out. Okay, Larry, let me see if I can invite you on here. I don't know why it's not doing it. I don't know how to get you on here, Larry. It's just not working for me. Well, anyway, we see how they doing this here, this whole feminizing thing in movies. But as we all know, it's not only in movies. It's on cartoons. It's on billboards. It's on TV shows. It's everywhere. What's up with that? What's up with that whole feminizing thing? Why is everything being changed and everybody is being switched around? Men being women, women being men. Why is they putting everybody in each other's roles, in each other's spot? It's in the music industry. It's everywhere. It's in the entertainment industry. Period. I don't want to say too much, but as we all know, there's a deeper, darker agenda with that whole thing. And you already know when they can hit you from every aspect of the media, you know, it's got to be an agenda. It's got to be. They're doing it in movies. Movies? Okay, people are writing this stuff. People that didn't even used to write this kind of stuff are writing it now. You got it in cartoons that kids watch. Okay? You got it on TV shows. You know. I'm going to leave that at that and just say there's a reason why that's being done that way. There's definitely a reason why. I'm not going to go too deep into it. That's not even what the live is about. But one day we are going to touch on that. We're going to go a little deep on that. Just not going to do it tonight. But Rick is finna take y'all a little bit into the future with what to expect with some of the movies that's coming out, because he already know. He told us everything that was going to happen on all the Avengers movies. The last one threw him for a little, threw a curveball at him, because it was a little different from how it should have went. But I'm gonna let him tell y'all because I don't know. I didn't read comic books like that. Rick did.
They're taking a lot. This new generation, a lot of people don't read a lot, so it's a lot about the action now and everybody's action. They don't want to go to a movies and sit for 2 hours and have a movie start off slow because that'll put you to sleep. So if it's not a catchy story, they have to make it. Well, we're going to throw this much action, this much truth, and this is the way it is. Well, with everybody coming out with everybody wants to be different. Everybody wants to be different. Everything is gold. Have your own style. Have this. So now they're relating that into the comic book world. So the thing that you didn't used to hear was a lot of bisexualness, a lot of, lesbianism, a lot of gayism. You didn't hear a lot of that in the comic books. I'm not saying it wasn't there, but now it's more on the forefront. So now they're getting into writing gay characters. And what if this person was this? What if this person was this? So now you got the woman element thrown in there with this element, and now they're cross-gendering a lot of characters. So when you looking at Thor got long hair. Thor, why not make him a woman? Jane Foster, which was Thor's love interest. So you know what I'm saying? They are claiming her to be the new Thor.
Now,
Pepper Potts, Tony Stark's girl. Now they want to put her. They did put her in the suit.
Really?
Yeah, they put her in the suit. So now they're bringing her to the forefront. So all the woman characters are getting vindicated like they wanted, which that's fine with me. But the whole thing with Captain Marvel, they totally lied to everybody because the movie was, Captain Marvel coming. They wanted everybody to know who she was. She's going to kick Thanos' butt. Okay. When you watch the movie, when did she kick Thanos' butt? Or did she get her butt kicked? She wasn't even in the movie. Really. She made, to me, a cameo appearance when she bought the ship back with Tony Stark and the one girl from, Guardians of the Galaxy back. She bought the ship back. And she took off. She had something else to do. Now, what else could you have to do that was more important than dealing with Thanos that day? But when she came back, you see what Thanos, and it was sad because anytime somebody thump you on the head, and knock you dang near across, that was bad. She really didn't do nothing to Thanos that they said she was going to do. And if you go into YouTube and pull up her story, right now they're threatening to fire her because nobody can work with her. They don't like her. Brie Larson is getting a lot of bad publicity. A lot of bad publicity. Now they're working on the Inhumans. Well, the Inhumans came out as a television show. It didn't go nowhere. But now they're bringing it they want to bring it to the big screen. Okay. And I forgot who they got playing Medusa in the Inhumans. But I'll go back and let you guys know more. But you can find out a lot now by just pulling up stuff on YouTube, pulling up your favorite characters. And like if you type in strength and you find out some of the strengths, it's ridiculous. Because the Incredible Hulk, if he became World
Breaker Hulk.
If they would have took Hulk and made him, let's say one of the Avengers died, the one that liked him, if they'd have made Scarlet Witch die, and he tapped into that other rage where he becomes World Breaker Hulk, they could have brought him back and made him fight Thanos. It wouldn't have been a fight. He would have destroyed the whole planet. So when you guys get a chance, type in Incredible World Breaker Hulk's strength. And it will give you the rundown, and I guarantee you'll go, oh my God, no, how the hell? How are they writing this? Can't be touched. When I say can't be touched, they say his mere footsteps splits off continents. His footsteps. This is World Breaker Hall. Then they talk about, nobody know about Cosmic Suit Superman. You ever heard of that? Cosmic Suit Superman. This is a stronger man. This is a stronger Superman than the Superman you know. See, it's so much, but you read into these characters. Spider-Man. Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters. His strength is ridiculous, but you don't know that because they can't show all that. The new villain is supposed to be Galactus. Now look, they screwed Galactus up one time when they brought him in the Fantastic Four and made him a cloud. But he walks through space. He's an entity. So why wouldn't you show that? They messed up actually when they made a black Human Torch. Can't do that. Not when everybody else know the Human Torch as being Johnny Blaze and he's being white. Okay, Michael Clark Duncan, rest his soul. They made him the Kingpin in Daredevil. But everybody was mad because they know the Kingpin is a white guy. You read the Spider-Man comic books and you will see that. You mean to tell me you didn't have a white guy that big to put on the suit and be him? See, when you start crossing over characters, that's just like making Wolverine black. How do that work? That don't work. Because you're going to get a lot of flack back from your true comic reading audience. Right. And they're the ones that go see the movies and rate them. So a lot of these...
And see, that's why I say you don't want to mess that up, because a lot of the people that go see those movies are people our age. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And they do appeal to the younger generation too, which is good. It's how you make a lot of money. But your most solid customer base is going to be people our age. Right. You got people our age that actually used to read those comic books and see that, some of their favorite characters coming to the big screen. What you got to do is mention it. You don't have to even advertise it. They're going to go see it. Okay, now where the advertising come in at is for the younger generations after us.
That's right.
Because they don't know, most of them don't know anything about the comic books. And they weren't interested in that. So, but they do know superheroes and stuff. So they want to see that on the big screen. Also, but for a whole nother reason.
Now, Tracy, this is going to get you, and I know you're going to be able to answer this question. Why do you think, anybody can answer, why do you think Black Panther made so much money? Kurt, I know you know. Why did Black Panther make so much money? The
only thing I can come up with is because it was just that good of a movie.
Black Panther raised, what, $1 billion?
Oh, maybe more than that.
Way more. But Black Panther made $1 billion plus. Not because Black Panther was who he was, but it was an all-black audience. The whole movie was all black. So people that didn't even know...
With that one white guy in there.
Who didn't know who Black Panther was, they went to see it because it was an all-black audience. They didn't expect Black Panther.
See, and that's not really... And me personally, that's not why I saw it. That's not why I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it because it was a superhero movie. And then I never read Black Panther comic books.
But see, I did.
I never did. I just wanted to see it because I felt that it was going to be a good movie, and it was a superhero movie, and it turned out to be pretty good.
And they didn't expect it to be what it was, but did you know they cheated? And they didn't pay them right? They did not pay a lot of those black actors right. They didn't pay them right. So a lot of people will go see a movie because, such and such playing this role. Oh, Tracy's playing Miss Marvel. I'm going to see it. People had their reasons for going to see it, but a lot of the old school, we stick to storyline. When you know the storyline, I'm like, this is going to be good because I know the past of this superhero.
Right.
So now they're writing these movies and they're not really thinking about this. They're thinking about the action. So you start to think about a lot of the DC movies. Why isn't DC up there with Marvel because I'm sorry, DC, in my opinion, got crappy writers. Think about the DC movies that did good. Man of Steel did good. Okay, Wonder Woman did good. Aquaman was good. But the other ones, they failed. They crashed. They crashed and burned. They crashed and burned. So, I mean, I don't know what other people go to see the movies for, but I'm going back because of what I know about the characters.
Now, let me ask you this. With what you seen in the last Avengers movie, because we all know that was a big letdown, you know, a huge letdown. Some people feel like it was the most off the hook movie they ever seen, but that's normally a younger generation that feels that way.
You remember we was in McDonald's?
Right.
Okay. Miss Marvel did her thing.
Miss Marvel did her thing. What thing? What's
Tracy,
that? Got thumped.
I want you to do something for me, and I know you'll do it, and you'll tell me.
Right off the scene.
I want you to watch The Last Avengers, and I want you to tell me what did Miss Marvel do.
You gonna be one.
Now this is what this girl asked her. She said she did her thing.
And what was that? She got thumped.
Well, I mean, at least she didn't run.
She didn't have to run. She got thumped. She got thumped.
She got thumped. You know, I'm serious. You know, I'm just saying. If you know the build up, Tracy, you be let down. Just imagine, Tracy, if all of a sudden you knew 10 years ago. Okay, you didn't watch Toys R Us for this. This year, Toys R Us gonna have an awesome toy sale, and you get there, and they only got a few items, and you been geeked to get here. Get in here and what are toys?
Yeah.
What you know they hyped everybody up for them to come and spend their money because they knew everybody was gonna come and spend that money to see this last Avengers.
The thing I didn't get is why did they do that when they could have did better? They could have did that better.
They could have did it better.
I'm wondering, did that have anything to do with the comic book guy that was always making the cameo appearances in all the Marvel movies dying? I'm wondering. I don't know. I don't know.
That I don't know because Stan Lee was in it deep, and
right.
This is what they didn't do. He had no cameo.
Right.
They didn't even say at the end, in memory of Stan Lee. Remember in the last Fast and the Furious, they said in memorandum of Paul Walker. You know what I'm saying? They didn't they didn't give Stan Lee his prop in the movie. In the last Avengers movie, there was no mention of Stan Lee. He didn't do a cameo, and they didn't acknowledge him at all. And that was a slap in the face to a lot of Marvel fans.
Yeah.
A lot of Marvel fans.
I heard somebody personally talking about that.
And
and they were young. They wasn't even from our time. They said they couldn't believe they didn't have him in there.
I remember before he died, I went and got my hat from Walmart. It was the last hat, and he died 2 days after that.
Wow.
He died 2 days after that.
What Marvel movies are that you know of getting ready to come out, and what should people expect in those?
Well, they got the Inhumans coming out, but I'm real nervous about the Inhumans coming out and the way it's going to be portrayed. I know they're working on another Avengers. I think they're going to have some problems because everybody's still stuck on the last Avengers and the way it ended. So there was talk of an Incredible Hulk. I don't know if that's true. But I get a lot of the information now just by going on YouTube and just seeing what they got and just typing in a lot of the characters. But there's a couple of heroines supposed to come out. I know they're supposed to come out with Prince Namor, the Submariner. There's talks of another Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. There's talks of another Captain Marvel.
I mean, I'm hearing rumors. It's just rumors about a Black Panther 2.
Yes. Yeah, they're supposed to be in production with that now. And I think that'll do good because they didn't expect the first one to do what he did.
Now I'm gonna tell you what else I heard. You know the one guy that had the big beard on there, the one supposed to be an African guy, had a big beard on there.
Yeah.
He's supposedly what I'm hearing, he's supposed to be getting ready to play a role as Kimbo Slice in a movie.
And that could be.
He's supposed to be getting ready to play a role as Kimbo Slice in a movie. Now, I don't know if they got the right guy for that, because he's not big as Kimbo, but at the same time, he got a little size on him. But I can't wait to see how that turns out. Now, because of Kimbo Slice being who he was, God rest his soul, you know people are going to go see that. That's not a superhero movie, but I got to see that. I got to see it. I'm just hoping it don't disappoint me. But as far as these upcoming movies, man, I'm hoping to see a Black Panther 2. And not because it's going to be an all-black, cast, but because it's just a good movie. It's a good superhero. I like it. And I'm hoping to be entertained like I was with the first one. Captain Marvel 2. No, I will not be wasting my money to go see that. I'll wait till it comes to the Fire Stick. Okay? I'll wait till it comes to the Fire Stick and a good copy on the Fire Stick. I'm not even going to wait, and I'm not going to be all desperate and, it's on here, and then I'll click to it and watch that bad recording of it.
I remember I told Kurt, I said, Kurt, watch the movie. Watch it. Watch the last Avengers movie, Endgame. And I said, you'll understand. And, one of my other best friends, Roy Sims, me and Roy had went to see it, and I was laughing so hard because Roy was cussing so bad. Roy was like, what the... And, Roy remember a lot of the comics that I had. He read a lot of them, but he knew that I knew, and he was like, you're not saying nothing. I said, I'm already disappointed. I'm ready to go. I said, this whole movie, I didn't go see it. It was horrible.
I mean, if you just... it's a good DVD rental. That's all I was saying. You just forget about what, it's supposed to be, and just check it out for what it is.
For what it is.
It's a good DVD rental.
Now, I will say the action. Night. It is. They threw it with a lot of action, but a lot of comic book fact. They didn't. A lot of you guys that are Wolverine fans remember Wolverine died, but they now brought him back. Okay.
Which would probably make a lot of people happy, but at the same time,
a lot of people like, how?
Exactly. I'm one of them. Now, we're gonna get ready to end this or whatever, but I want to end this. Hey, Larry, if you're still watching, you need to come over here when you get well. You need to be over here so you can get in on this, boy. But I'm gonna ask everybody, what is your favorite superhero? What's your favorite superhero?
Man, I can't even tell you, man. There's so many, but one of my favorite is Black Bolt from the Inhumans. A lot. I have a lot of different characters that I do like. They can do. I'm gonna tell you guys, they can do comic books until they have kids and they die. There's so many characters that they can do movies off of. When they tapped into that, you can take somebody that ain't even known, Tracy, and say, well, we're going to do a comic on this person. And if you get the right team together, you can become a billionaire pretty much overnight, because comic books is so many comic books. There's heroines in there that they haven't even touched. There's women in there that they haven't even touched yet. Wonder Woman can be forever, but let me tell you, Wonder Woman is so strong, a lot of people don't know she actually can stand toe-to-toe with Superman. But you guys, I want you to check it out. Don't just listen to what I'm saying. Pull up the information on your own, and you'll find out how strong like Juggernaut. Ooh.
Right.
Ooh, pull it up on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in your character, and they'll pull it up, and they'll give you all their bios and the story about them.
Now you say Black Bolt.
Black Bolt.
Mine's is the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My favorite superhero is the Incredible Hulk. What's yours? Iron Man.
And what's that one other guy?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. London. Who is yours?
Superman.
Who's yours? Dakota.
Batman.
Batman. And who's yours?
Dog food from Tractor Trailer Supply.
All right, y'all. That's it. We talked Marvel tonight. Anybody got any questions about certain superheroes? Hit me up, and I'm gonna relay the message to Rick if you don't know how to hit him up, or if you can't hit him up, whatever. Because trust me, he knows way more than what he said on tonight. We could have went 4 hours on here. In all actuality, if you just let him just keep talking, he would have brought up about 300 more characters, I guarantee. But we don't have that much time. But y'all check us out next time. Sunday night, we'll be back. We'll be talking about something kind of deep that night. I'll post it. Check y'all later.
Peace.
Peace. Pieces.